And we're close enough for government work. Do your thing.
Close enough to live for government work.
Yeah.
I mean,
If you would like to keep the hail off our heads. Woo, that was impressive as
I
hell.
have photos of hail that was at least quarter size around, and I mean spherical.
Matt Hammer on Facebook has one the size of his palm, and that man's got hams.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Tennis ball size.
Yeah.
Wow.
Donate here because hail.
Yeah.
Do you like coffee? And well, who doesn't? Especially in the middle of hail. Just get yourself a cup of coffee. King Harv's Imperial Coffees at www.kingharv.com. Let them know you heard about it from us. And last but not least, Among the Leaves tees. If you like t-shirts with thoughtful and or smart alecky sayings, talk to this guy. tinyurl.com Among the Leaves tees. Friend of ours. If you order from him, let him know you heard about it from us.
Yes.
For the authors among us, he has a custom T-shirt that he just put out by request of John Van Stry that says, "I'm an and more author."
Team and more, yay!
Yeah. Sam Robb started that, and it
God bless him.
continues.
Well,
Yes.
I think actually he took Jamie
Henson.
Ibsen.
Jamie Ibsen? Okay, because I know Sam Robb and Jamie Henson work a lot together on these things.
Jamie Ibsen, I think, did Team and More during one of the Michael Z. Williams Freehold.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Team and More, yay!
Yeah.
So, and then Sam got a hold of Jamie, and Jamie said, "Go for it, have fun." So we have Team and More.
Yeah. And they have their own logos and everything else.
There's
Indeed.
a website, and if you go to Team and More, either the website or the Facebook page, they list open calls. Sam partially vets those open calls. He tends to do at least a light scrutiny on the publishers involved, and if they look hinky, he won't include them.
Yeah.
But always with any kind of an open call, do your due diligence, because
Bearing in mind, Sam now works for me.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have as much time as he used to. Because
this is still very much something he's committed to doing. So
he works for Rector Press now, so the time he had has slipped away.
The difference is apparently having fun with the kids building things, as kids will do.
yes.
And the question will be, what will they be tearing up when they build whatever they're building?
I'll send you some chemistry stuff. Don't worry about it. Curated just for your kid.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Make sure you do not get the Geiger counter around it.
Oh no! Stump remover.
Yeah.
I caught this YouTube video thing the other day. I don't do TikTok, guys, so I don't do the little tiny short video things.
Yeah.
But I will occasionally bounce onto a video, find it boring, bounce off again. But this guy was talking about Fiesta ware that had the uranium in it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, you can get little Geiger counters pretty inexpensively these days. And he's like, and you will freak the proprietor out if you go into a antique store and it goes off on things.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes you can even negotiate the price down.
If you want to have fun, take your little pocket Geiger counter into a grocery store and go to the bananas.
Yeah.
And see how fast you can clean out the back room.
Yes. Among other things. Speaking of cleaning out, yesterday was interesting. The winds, we got hit from two different directions.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Basically simultaneously.
One
yesterday.
storm was coming from one way, and then about an hour later, the other storm was coming from the other way.
Yeah. We had one come in from the north-northwest and one come in from the due north. And the one that came in from due north, the winds were strong enough that it broke my flagpole off the front porch. And we got, what, 3.something?
3.16 inches. I'm the nerd with the calibrated water receptacle for a rain gauge.
So that's one of the hailstones that Matt Hambright got. And bear in mind, he's a Scandinavian rock troll. So his hand is a little bigger than most people's.
So is he? Where is he geographically? Denver?
Image Drive.
He's
Oh, okay. He's here.
a couple of blocks over.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
For
I was
now,
thinking he was somebody else.
He's moving to East Texas. But
So,
are you thinking Matt?
Oh.
Yes, different Matt.
oh, different map. But I know there's a photo floating around on social media of my hand holding several little hailstones, nothing quite that big.
Yeah.
But I also wasn't willing to go rummaging around in the yard for very long.
Not while you're getting beat on anyway.
No.
Well, I was dozing with a dachshund in my lap, and when I heard the hail hit, and I was gonna, because we don't have a garage, we don't have a carport or anything, so I was gonna drive my car down to the local overhead garage and open the door, and our house faces east. We don't get moisture under the on
You
the
did
porch.
yesterday.
Yeah, opened up and the hailstones bounced into the house, and I shut the door.
Plus, the temperature dropped 26 degrees in the space of a few minutes. I was just finishing therapy, which beat me in the ground again yesterday. And it was 98 degrees when I left Wichita Falls. When I got home, it was 72.
Yeah, I believe it.
So 26-degree drop in 10 miles.
Yeah. Sanford had been out on the porch. He came inside and he's like, "Oh, it's nice and warm in the house," because we keep the house about 80 for his arthritis. And it was 72 on the porch. He came in and it's 80 degrees. So yeah, it was warm. I turned off the AC last night. I'm like, why?
Yeah. Speaking of warming up, we've got some books to talk about today.
We do.
So, Cedar, since you have one up, we'll let you lead.
I have a novelette called Following Trouble that is in the Pixie Noir universe. So it's set about 60 years before Pixie Noir starts. And it started because when I moved to Ohio, I was surprised to be informed that the Rat Pack got their start in Cincinnati, in Covington, Kentucky.
Yep.
This was before Las Vegas was a thing. The mob and organized crime and gambling were huge in
Kentucky,
that little Cincinnati, what they call Greater Cincinnati now, which is basically both sides of the Ohio River right there at Cincinnati.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
And so there were some really large, really infamous nightclubs there. Dean Martin tended bar when he was 17 in one of them. Can't remember that one. So anyhow, we had always intended to set a story in this area because it's just fun. So historically speaking, I wound up doing a ton of research to do this because it's set in early 1961, right before the lid blew off, because they drugged the sheriff candidate and got him in a compromising position in bed with a stripper and took photos and tried to, because he was the straight-laced conservative one that was running on the platform of gentle people of Covington, I'm going to get rid of this gambling hells. And so they tried to set him up, and he fought and won. But the
people think politics now is dirty.
Oh my gosh. It was, so I had a lot of fun with the research for this, trying to make it accurate, but also it's an Underhill story. Ultimately, Lom is chasing down something that has escaped and is preying on humans.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, Rick's take says Lom is a hard man. He's just focused and sneaky.
Yes.
Focus and sneaky. He's good.
Well, and before he meets Bella, he's not a nice man, which is going to come out in the stories that I'm writing for him the next year or so.
The difference says, eldest is learning the hard way. You need to read all instructions before putting it together.
Oh yes. Yes,
Especially
it
if
is a
it's
hard but
overpowered.
necessary lesson.
You do?
Yeah.
RTFM.
Yeah.
If you
So
don't, it will bite you.
That's one.
Yes.
Our friend
Ollie Chisholm.
Ollie Chisholm has a new book out called Soul, Soul, Inheritance. It's an interesting book. It's
All these books usually are.
it deals in the occult, but it doesn't go hard occult, what I would call it. More like it dances around the edges of it,
It's okay.
and it brings in the Catholic Church, which Catholic Church has been notorious for their, especially the Jesuits, some of the things that they've done over the years in the occult, including going back to World War II with the Nazis. And another one that we have up is Rob Hampson.
Oh,
Rob has got a 3-book series that's coming out. They're short stories. And the first one is up now. It's called Tinker Tailor Bio Spy.
Okay, well, we know where that one came from.
Yeah.
yep.
And they are short stories. So you get to deal with Rob's imagination
I'm so sorry.
and his knowledge.
I'm doubly sorry.
Yeah. But excellent book, well worth it. The next one, Where the Light Still Reaches, comes out on the 15th. And the third one is coming out later this year. So 3 stories from him, 3 books from him,
3 anthology or
3 short story collections.
Questions.
So well worth it, especially if you're into anything science related. And if nothing else, if you read Rob's stuff, that gives you some great background information to stick in your own stories. And John Van Strice sent me the 6th of the Wolfhounds last night. So
Oh, well done.
Yes, I have it as well to start reading for the cover.
So I've got to beta read it, which means I'm not getting any writing done because
Yes, because you also helped me out with a story that I'm going to be submitting to an anthology.
well, that and I finished up the 354 pages that I had promised somebody I was going to read from Writer's Cantina. I finished that last night and got it off today. So
It's hard being a mentor.
Yes,
Well,
it is.
it's payback,
Yeah,
Pay
It's-
forward.
forward, back, whatever. Helping people out. That's what we do.
Mm,
Some of them, whether
some
they
of
want
us.
it or not.
Some of us.
So that takes care of the books, other than what Rack Press has coming out.
so we have, since Ian's staring off into the distance,
Well,
happily,
yes. Moggy of Mars is the next one up, right? Moggies of Mars.
no, Blades and Black Magic will be the next anthology, and that's not a this week release. This week we are releasing 2 novels. Count them, 2. One for boys called I've Got This by Frederick Key. And my tagline on the back of that book is basically worst superpower ever.
Oh, that one. Okay.
So that'll be released as a pre-order. The other one that is being released in totality on Friday is Nick Nethery's Relics of the Fallen, which is an excellent novel that is a little bit of a genre-defying novel. It was interesting, the conversations that we've had about trying to put it in categories.
Rack Press doing it again.
Well, it's science fiction, but it's science fantasy. It might be aliens, it might not. It's not clear where some of the artifacts and technology that are play roles in the story come from. And it's just really well written. I mean, I know that Nick had poured his heart and soul into this. And if y'all are curious, there's a video and some other things up on the Rack Press Substack with Nick talking about this novel and how he came to write it. Because as former Army EOD, he wrote an EOD character who is
Like what you know.
and it has that beautiful ring of authenticity of he definitely knows what he's talking about. And of course, then it gets weird.
Because it's Nick.
Nick does weird well.
Bear in mind, this man signed on with us sight unseen.
Yes.
So, boy ain't right.
but it's an excellent novel, and I think the serials were well received, so I think the novel's going to do quite well. We're curious what you all think about the serialization idea that we've been running, because we're getting to a point where pretty soon we're going to be collecting data to evaluate whether this is something we continue.
I want to run the serials until the end of the year.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
And then sit down and take a look at financial.
Running the serials to the end of the year gives us about six novels worth of data, which is, I think, enough of a population to actually evaluate. Anything less than that, and I don't think we'd have an accurate evaluation. So
what we need to do is the way we're doing it actually financially worth the massive pain in the ass that it is? Because Lord have mercy.
Yes, it is. It is, and I'm one of the ones that really gets to feel that particular massive pain. But if it's worth it, and if the readers are liking it, then we'll stick with it. Because I'm not going to say, oh no, we can't do this just because it's a pain in my butt.
When I say pain in the butt,
I do a lot of things that are a pain in my butt.
Serializing the way we do it is about a three-week, month-long process. Whereas just firing off a novel is week, 10 days. We're on a tight schedule, so let's release everything 4 times. So but it is stress testing the system. And we'll get TC Ross's out, and then we'll start collecting data. I'll talk to people.
Yep, we have Sam Robs that'll be.
Can you all hear me? Did we go away?
Uh-oh. It says we're live.
It lies.
I know it does.
Because the comment section is not twitching.
Yep. TCU R&D down for Ross. Yeah,
we
had a connection blip. Okay. All right, we're back.
Okay.
All
yeah,
right,
we're gonna get we'll get Tiffany's out, and then we'll sit down and see if the way we're doing it is worth the squeeze. I don't know. We'll find out. I have had people snatch me up at LibertyCon, tell me they loved it because they were downloading the first one to see if they wanted to get the first serial to see was a taste to see if they want to get the entire novel.
Yep.
Which was kind of where Cedar was going with that. But
it is. I mean, it's a combination of giving the super fans something by giving them extra content, more illustrations. It really depends on what all of that is from novel to novel, but it also gives a lower point of entry with that first serial. If people feel like they really want the rest of it, they can either buy the rest of the serials or just wait and buy the full novel. Or if they're Kindle Unlimited readers, wait and download it and read it by Kindle Unlimited. So it's complicated, all of this. It really is.
And because we're us, we don't really have anybody to bounce like it's.
Well, we're doing a lot of stuff that nobody else is doing.
I hadn't noticed. So
it was by design.
When you're doing stuff that nobody else has done, there ain't nobody to talk to about it. But that's good because there's no corrupt data sets to no corrupted data sets.
Yep.
But it's been interesting. It has been interesting. In other news, I'm cranky. Rita is in Arkansas visiting her folks.
And visiting some beautiful trees.
And some really lovely trees. So I am batching it. And at one time, as a callow youth, a younger gentleman, I thought French's yellow mustard was the be all end all of condiments. Give me a burger, put yellow mustard on it, and get out of the way. I got a burger from the grill on the way home that had yellow mustard on it, and I don't know if I like it anymore. Kind of sad.
I have never been a big fan of yellow mustard.
Really hates it.
I find it too harsh.
Really hate that.
I also don't like hot sauce that's almost all vinegar. Same basic flavor profile to me. So, but I find that I really like a nice mellow, seedy brown mustard.
Mm-hmm.
And I will make a cream mustard sauce to put on a nice pork chop or a steak. If the steak isn't good enough to stand on its own, and they aren't always, especially if you're eating on a budget like I usually am, then I will make sauces to put on the steak. And a nice cream mustard sauce is really good.
Well,
So- and
I've
so
just
simple
used
to make.
I've used French's yellow mustard as binder for to hold the bark, the free
I've
bark
done that
on.
brisket
Yeah.
more
Brisket.
than once.
But I got a burger with it, standard burger, cheese and all the veggies and yellow mustard, and that was harsh.
Mm-hmm.
I've been eating German style mustards, and I found a place in Wichita that sells Zataran's Creole mustard.
That's good.
And you'd think the Zataran's Creole mustard would be harsher than the yellow. It's not.
No.
Well, and I'm addicted to Chinese mustard. Anything,
You and Rita,
where I
we
get
got bags. We got the little sauce packets of those things.
anywhere where I get like egg rolls or spring rolls or anything like that. Love that Chinese mustard.
I was a diehard yellow French's mustard man,
Yeah.
and today I bit into it. It's like that was harsh,
Yeah,
nasty.
pardon me for taking the phone call, but it was the VA community care.
Ah.
And they're actually checking up on me, making sure everything was going good, telling me that I had 6 more PTs to schedule.
You sure that wasn't a scam call?
No.
Okay.
No, I mean they've done stuff like this with us in Sanford too.
And they said they're extending all of the community care stuff from 90 days to a minimum of 180 days.
Oh, that's new.
Somebody got a foot broke off in their butts, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, because we've had issues just recently where Sanford's supposed to see a podiatrist regularly because they have to keep a close eye on his feet.
Yeah.
And it was community care, and suddenly that went away, and we're still trying to get that one rescheduled because the 90 days ran out, and the VA didn't renew it. They wanted him to see his primary care, which we have now done, so it should restart. But I was not thrilled with the whole, we've got an extra month to wait where his feet aren't being looked at. I mean, I can look at them, but I'm not a doc.
Yep.
So hopefully this is a sign of good things
Yes.
for the VA.
You are correct, Rick. They are going to decertify all the employee unions and start adjusting attitudes, including firing people. And
Honestly, that's needed to happen for a while.
oh God, yes. The other thing is the government is apparently doing away with the supposedly 5-year, which has been in effect for over 40 years, lack of testing for capabilities. They found that the original complainant, and he agreed to waive it since the judge that put it in place died. So now the federal government will actually be able to test employees' knowledge
Oh.
for a job before they get the job, rather than depending, quote unquote, on the candidate's honesty.
I don't like yellow mustard. I got back on Facebook yesterday-ish, and Larry Correa tagged me for a moron on his page. The voter ID is disenfranchises the poor, needs to go away. That idea needs to go away. It really does.
The fuck? I'm sorry.
I had this guy claiming that Alabama was harder to vote in than Namibia.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
He
my Lord.
straightforward said that it was harder to vote in Alabama than it was Namibia.
Why specifically Namibia? First of
Because
all,
Namibia is one of the places that A, is heartbreakingly poor,
Yeah.
well, I know it's
and B,
yes.
requires voter ID
good for Namibia.
to vote. So he decided to tell me that, announced that Namibia or Alabama was harder to vote in than Namibia was.
Oh, Resident One brings up a point. COVID broke its taster. Horseradish tastes like Lysol. The number of people that complained about the taste of chocolate
Mm-hmm.
after COVID.
Somebody did a study.
Yeah.
And they pulled Google search histories.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And a spike in there was
Searches for something. I can't remember
yeah,
what
it
it
was
now.
a searching for something not tasting the
Yeah.
same, and you could see this screaming, looked like
Yeah.
a homesick angel headed home.
Yeah.
Right about the start of COVID.
Yeah, it's interesting. The Google searches, and I don't know about anymore because the search engines are so messed up these days. But
Yeah.
it used to be that the epidemiologists actually used Google searches to track things like outbreaks of the flu.
Yeah.
Because people would Google things like what are flu
Yeah.
symptoms, and you'd see this spike in searches in certain areas when you got people all started getting sick with something.
It got me.
Dippers.
Skunks smell like slightly off oranges.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be
Distant skunk has always smelled a little lemony to me,
Yeah.
but everybody perceives scent differently.
and it used to skunk.
Yeah.
And but we'll be out driving and we'll go past a center punch skunk. And it's like, ooh, a slightly off orange, and Rhea's gagging on it.
Jeffrey says COVID was an excuse to change ingredients like New Coke. Quote, best theory yet.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much of that. There were probably ingredient changes because supply chain was warped. But the coronavirus responsible for COVID and other things as well, because there's some corruption of scent with other colds and stuff, doesn't tend to remain very long. But if I recall correctly, the coronavirus and COVID-19 will go latent into the nerves in the nose. So it can actually permanently affect your sense of smell.
It's been
Yeah.
5 years and I haven't gotten.
And the sense of smell is very connected to the sense of taste.
Yep. Well, like Resident One says, it was iceberg lettuce, tomatoes, horseradish, wasabi, and for a while, cola, of all things. It's finally recovered except for the horseradish and some lettuces. Yeah. It's odd what goes away and what doesn't.
And for me, it wasn't so much going away as it changed.
Well, and the other thing you got to be careful of is zinc.
Yeah.
A friend of mine was taking zinc because she had a bad cold. And she actually lost her sense of smell and taste because she took too much zinc.
Mhm.
And it took her over a year to get it back.
Yeah, metal poisonings are no
Yeah.
joke. And they take a long time for the
Yeah.
body to process out.
But it really sucked because they were raising a young
It's
child.
Julie.
And milk was critical.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So trying to figure out if milk was going off or not was hard because she couldn't smell anything. She couldn't taste anything. So she had no idea if the milk was still good.
That's dangerous.
So her husband was having to check it.
Yeah.
My stuff doesn't work well anyway.
Yeah.
Rhea will say, "Hey, does this like?" I look at her, baby.
Yeah.
Honey, does this smell like? You're actually a guy whose nose hadn't worked well for a while.
And my son has a very sensitive sense of smell, and he could smell when milk was going off days before we could.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, "This is not good anymore," and I'd be like, "All right, time to make pudding."
Yeah.
Because it's fine if you cooked it.
Yeah. And we have Julie joining the peanut gallery today. Hey, lady.
Hello.
So, and I'm on that note, I'm thinking of doing an experiment this winter, considering that winter is apparently showing up early this year.
This is hardly winter at this point.
No, I'm looking at the extended forecast.
Which one? If
Oh,
you're not looking at Farmer's Almanac, I don't want to hear it.
now I looked at Farmer's Almanac, which is calling for a cold and spicy winter.
Oh, that I believe.
I'm also looking at extended forecast that middle of August, and we might not see very many triple-digit temperatures, which is really weird for us.
Yeah.
So I've decided that I'm going to experiment with my chili.
Oh boy, here we go.
Instead of throwing together my usual chili spices, I'm going to get some of a couple of the pre-made chili spices, like from Two Gringos, Chupacabra, Meat Church, that sort of thing. And every time I make chili, I'll use a different spice blend and see if there's one that we like.
Oh, this could be interesting.
See, he uses pre-made chili spice blends, and I just
No,
mix.
I don't.
Oh, okay. I was going to say I don't.
Yeah, this is what the experiment is. Normally
Ah.
I throw my own blend in there.
So I have one that I'm hesitant to throw into the mix, but I bought these to do an author's Eat This, Will You Read That? Which
Yeah.
I haven't done in a couple of years. So it tells you how old they've been sitting there. And it's French's chili mix, going back to the French's yellow mustard a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
I have not used it. I'm kind of curious to see how it is.
How old is it?
3 years.
Yeah.
So, and they're in foil packets. They're in individual packet things. So
So I'm gonna start with my standard everything that I normally put in chili, and the only thing I'm gonna change is the spices. And I'm gonna see if one of these commercial things makes a now, let's face it, all be good chili. Chili, it's hard to make a bad chili.
Yeah.
But if I don't have to make
As long as you're not from the north.
I was going to say, from the land of having lived in Cincinnati and tried Cincinnati chili once or twice.
if I don't have to make another Pendery's order, that'll be just fine.
Yeah.
Because I get a lot of my chili powders from Pendery's, which has like 60 different chili powders, and I make my own mix as I'm doing. If I could just grab a jar of something off the shelf, that might be
considerably cheaper.
I mean, I will occasionally just buy the dried chili pods at the carniceria and then blenderize them until they're a fine powder, which you have to be careful doing because you want to wait till the dust settles inside the blender, because if you open it too soon,
woo.
Yes.
I've done this.
Imagine doing it with a mortar and pestle.
honestly, that does not kick up as much dust.
No, it doesn't. But imagine what ends up in that pestle
Yes. This is
as
what-
you continue to do other things.
This is why you choose your mortar and pestle materials carefully.
The last time I made chicken stock has been a whole bunch of years back. Last time I made chicken stock. When I do chicken stock, it's the chicken and the Holy Trinity and 2 ancho chili pods, which are the dried smoked 2 anchos, very, very mild. It's got a lovely smoky sweet flavor. And when I do it, I cut off the stem end and I shake the seeds out. Well, I got a
You got the hurry, didn't you?
I got a couple of ancho chilies from a place that's not my usual supplier. And Rita walked in when I just cut the end off. When I turned around, the seeds and a fine dust on the inside. And Rita was not a happy lady for a while. Which Holy Trinity? French, the only Holy Trinity, Cajun.
Onions, celery,
Bell
bell pepper.
Because that's what you can drop on the ground in Southwest Louisiana and it grows.
Green bell peppers.
Poor John wants to come home for dinner. We would like to have you home.
Yeah.
Well, this weekend we're going to be going up to Mears.
Yep.
For those of you who aren't familiar with what Mears is, I think we've talked about it on the show enough.
Yeah.
It's legendary.
Oh, it's
Big burgers.
Woo. Good
Yeah.
burgers. They use Longhorn beef, and they have their own Longhorn herd.
which is across the street.
And you don't look to your left when you're in line.
Yeah.
That's where the seismograph is.
Yeah.
Because it's an old USGS. It's been 30 squillion things in the past, but one of them was a USGS seismological station, and they still have the seismograph.
Yep.
And
There's also the post office for,
post office, general store, restaurants, side,
yeah, you name it, it's been there. That's why it's still there over 100 years later.
it's over 100 years old, and there ain't a 90-degree angle in the place.
Ew.
And it is out in the middle of nowhere.
It's in mirrors.
You would not walk around in there if you were even a little bit intoxicated.
Yeah.
It is interesting.
Does the burger menu get updated with the name of the latest source? They go through so many of them, they don't have time.
Yeah, no, trust me. You go and
Every time
the
I've gone-
line is
Yeah.
out the door.
Every time I've gone to Mears, and this is like,
And it's not a small place on the inside. They're sitting.
yeah, and Mears
Bunch
is
people.
like population 12, 13 if the cat had kittens.
Yeah.
But I've always, every time I've gone there over the 20 something years I've lived here, every time I've gone there, there's been a line out the
Yeah.
door.
Dagamore says, well, some people see things, smell things differently. People also see color slightly differently,
Yes.
almost like a pigment of our imagination.
Boo this man.
Oh.
Boo him. Boo this man. Yes, the seismograph is still reporting, Todd. And if you're in line, you look over and
Yeah. And if it starts jiggling, you got to decide which way you're going to go.
yeah, and the burgers are fantastic, and they're huge. And
The apple cobbler is huge also.
just cobbler in general.
Cobbler and ice cream on top of it.
The cobbler is well enough known that someone in our party, who I shall not name since she's not here to defend herself,
I think she might be in the
got
comments.
out of a
Got the
speeding
speeding
ticket
ticket.
by telling the officer who pulled her over that she was cobbler drunk.
John is in the comments.
Yeah.
Which made said officer laugh, tell her that he understood, and he let her go with a warning.
One who's gotten out of more tickets than the law allows.
She really has.
Did you get hail out at your place?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
We got
Oh, you know
lots
if
of
you got
wind
it.
and lots of rain
Yeah.
and lots of thunder last night.
It was such a tight little storm. I was looking at the radar while it was going on.
Johnny says he was 12 years old and she pulled the grandma act out of him.
If it works, it works. The storm last night, I was talking while it was going on. I was chatting on Discord with people, including Deej, who lives about 12 miles away in Wichita Falls, and he was saying it was dry there, that he could hear the thunder.
Yeah.
This is during the first part of the storm, because later it hit all of us.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah, it
equal
did.
opportunity by then. But the first one was so tight, I wasn't even sure if it hit you, because you're about a mile out of town here.
Well, it started off the river in the Burke Burnett.
Mm-hmm.
and then back built through here. That's
Well,
different.
The
Yeah,
first
you
one
can
came
see it.
down.
There
from
was
the
a
north.
loop.
Yeah.
There was a loop off the tail end of it, which got us.
Yeah.
Woo!
And then the other one came in from Lawton.
Mm-hmm.
It came straight south.
Yeah.
Which is
We got three plus inches, Brian.
did
Yeah.
we?
Yeah.
Holy gods.
Yeah. That's what the radar looked like during the first one. And it was just like parked right on top of us.
Ow, John, y'all got hit with a stage 2 drought restriction.
Really?
Ow.
We are 2 inches above the year.
We're more than 2 inches.
No, for the year we're 2 inches above the year, I think.
I
No,
don't think we're
we're-
quite above the year average, because the year average, 30-year average here, both NOAA and I can't remember the name of the other one, is roughly 30 inches, 29 point
Yeah.
something
We're
or
at
other.
27 something.
And we're in at 27
Yeah.
point something. And I mean,
The lakes are full. Though.
yeah.
Thank
So
God.
I started doing this in October of 2023. So we only have 24 and 25 data really to compare. Last year in August, my recorded rainfall total was 0.22 inches.
Yeah.
This year so far, we're at 4.40 inches, and we're
Yeah.
only not even halfway through August. So it is considerably wetter this year than it was last year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Ryan's saying in Oklahoma they were out of the drought for the first time in 16 years. Yep.
Oof.
Yeah, our city council just finally lifted drought restrictions just a couple weeks back.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people were like, everybody else around us is, why haven't you yet?
And there were more of us that we were under drought restrictions.
Oh. Resident one just said, "Be glad we were not at the Wisconsin State Fair."
Yeah. Apparently,
They got hit with 13 inches of rain, flooded the fairgrounds, and they had to cancel the last day.
glub
Oh,
glub
wow.
on a sub.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, 13 inches is significant.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, this the amount of fried food that got floated off.
Well, it would float.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah.
So, we are looking at an interesting season.
Yeah.
I noticed that the first hurricane of the Pacific, no, fourth hurricane of the Pacific.
Fourth hurricane in the Pacific, first one in the Atlantic, are both active
The
right
one in
now.
the Pacific is north of Hawaii, and apparently still a hurricane, which is unheard of.
Yeah.
Because you got up in the cold water, it's still a hurricane.
Well, I still remember back 2013, 2014, when I was still working at ONR, they had a pop-up hurricane off the West Coast that literally lasted 3 days. It went from nothing to a category 1 to a category 3 to nothing in 3 days. And one of our folks was a weather guesser, heavy into hurricanes. He spent his entire year budget in 3 days getting airplanes into and out of that hurricane. And he said he got more data in 3 days on ramp up, strength, water content, and everything else than he had gotten in the previous 10 years
Cool.
in 3 days.
Yeah. I mean,
And I was-
sometimes when it comes, it's all at once.
And I was
Yeah.
poking fun at him. I said, "So, what are you going to do for the rest of the year?" He said, "I got plenty of research to do."
Oh, yeah.
Study.
Yeah.
Got to study.
Oh, speaking of which, that reminds me of another interesting for versions of interesting.
No.
Yeah, Harvard got caught again.
No.
This time it's serious.
And it wasn't the last time?
They were not reporting patents developed with government money. So they were violating U.S. code. A.
Nobody will go to jail for it.
B. They were shipping the knowledge overseas for
Because of
other
course they were.
countries
China.
to develop the patent, which is also a violation. And the U.S. did not get full right of refusal, which is part of patents paid for by U.S. research. So
Because Harvard's bought and paid by the People's Democratic Republic of China.
so this one has the potential for criminal charges and people to actually go to prison.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah.
We'll see.
You're right, Rick. That's patent issue is going to be a killer for Harvard and all of the Ivies, because you can bet Harvard is not the only one doing it. I know
Princeton's right up there.
the UARCs that we work with got routinely checked because that was part of the agreement with them for being a UARC, University Applied Research Center, was that they had to be willing to publish the documents, and any developed patents all became property of the U.S. government. Short statement, old Sparky. Yeah, that'll work too. But the sad part is This is the crap that's been going on for God knows how long. Years.
Decades, if not scores of years.
I mean, the one that I remember from back in the 70s was when Stanford got caught when they bought a yacht for their oceanography program with government funding, spent $170 million, bought a yacht, and the students never got to use it. It became the property, quote unquote, of the president of Stanford,
His personal yacht.
his personal yacht.
Oh boy.
Well, when they got caught, A, they lost their UARC. They're no longer a UARC. B, they had to pay back $176 million. And C, they lost their rights to get federal funding for, I want to say it was either 5 or 10 years. So they actually paid for that one in more ways than one.
It's like people forget, tax funded government funding isn't free. It's
Yeah.
not free money.
Well, a lot of people make that assumption.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Like you're taking our free money away. And it's like, no, that was for a reason. That was
Somebody paid
for
for that.
something.
Yeah.
I mean, it came out of the taxpayers'
Free,
pockets.
free money is Latin for taxpayers.
Yes.
Well, it's the difference, and I've said this before, but I'll say it again. It's the difference between academics and research scientists. Those are two distinctly different classes of people.
Mhm.
The academics never get out of the classroom. The research scientists actually go to sea, or they go, whatever their field is, and actually do field research. A classic case. Another one, we had an academic who came into the environmental or oceanographic world who somehow got funding through NOAA, and that got moved over to NORDA, which was based St. Louis. And she came out and wanted to run some testing out of my field with P3s to collect bathythermograph data. Okay, fine, that's doable. Until we started looking at what she actually wanted to do. And she wanted the aircraft to stay out for 14 hours to seed the field with 800 buoys consecutively and record it, which was not physically possible.
Tells me she didn't understand the plane she was.
No, she didn't.
Or the humans.
No. Nor the weight limit on the airplane either. And when the Commodore said, you need to check on your science, she proceeded to dress down the Commodore in front of everybody else. Needless to say, the meeting ended abruptly. And
I can't imagine having the stones to dress down in 07,
yeah, 06.
06.
And he came walking out and looked at me and said, fix it. Oh, thank you, boss.
Be right back.
Yeah. Well, I went down and called her boss, who I happen to know, thank God for small favors. And I said, we have a slight problem here. And I explained what she had done. And all I got was, oh, God, go get her on the damn phone. So I went and got her, told her we
Hey,
had a phone
bitch,
call.
phone call.
Yeah. And she came out white as a sheet and said, I have been recalled. I said, good. Bye. 2 weeks later, her boss showed up and goes, okay, can we salvage anything out of this? And we put together a little plan and got most of what she would have wanted. Of course, she never saw the data because at that point it was all under NORDA. And Dr. Dave King got involved and had some fun with it. Dave was a piece of work. He was a dual PhD in math and oceanography. And he dabbled, quote, quote, in computers. So he would do some weird things on occasion for fun.
A PhD doing weird things.
Yeah.
Say it isn't so.
Well, the guy at Ames that wrote the apples and oranges comparison was a bored PhD.
Again,
He literally had leftover funding and went,
Always
Yeah.
dangerous.
okay, let's actually do a comparison of apples and oranges. And he did scientifically. And they are comparable.
I mean, just from a taxonomy standpoint.
No, they're actually very comparable from a number of sides.
Yeah. Well, it's like stupid in the whole stupid studies thing
Yeah.
of the molecular biology class I took. The professor was a piece of work. But one of the papers that he talked about that he and his grad students had published was basically what happens if you clip off the elytra of a beetle, which is the hard protective outer shell,
Yeah.
and then put it into a container with a spider. Because we all assume that what's going to happen is that the predation is going to be much more successful by the spider
Yeah.
when the beetle is lacking its protective elements.
Armor.
But nobody had ever actually done a study on this, so he knew he could get it published.
Yeah.
Again, he was a piece of work. And he happily shared with us the paper that they had gotten study money for to prove that if you clip off a beetle's elytra and put it in with the spider will eat it.
Yeah.
You think.
No.
However, comma,
However, until it was scientifically proven, you couldn't cite that in a paper
Yeah.
because it wasn't scientifically proven.
Steve says, sounds like an article from the Journal of Irreproducible Producible
That's
Results.
the
I
one.
can
Thank
get
you.
that word out.
Thank you.
Well, he was also part of, this guy Moffat was also part of the same group that was seeing who could light a barbecue the fastest.
Oh.
And I think the record is still 0.3 seconds.
Yes, I was just thinking with explosive results.
Yeah, well, it was not explosive.
Really?
It was just thermodynamic.
0.3 seconds. That's
It was just thermodynamically,
quick. That's very quick.
yes, agitated.
Yeah, well, it was.
Used liquid oxygen, did he?
Huh?
Used liquid oxygen, did he?
No, he used rocket fuel.
Oh, of course.
And it sadly it melted the grill too.
No.
But there was a pile of charcoal on the ground that was warm.
I am
Brian-
trying to imagine cooking over that. Sorry. That's what
Brian
I'm
says, I
doing.
saw the video. It was awesome. Yes, it was.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Sure it was. I used liquid oxygen.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to cook over that particular
I was
set of charcoal.
we were in it was college and had a so I left a bag of charcoal in liquid oxygen, and then I got lit with a quickness.
No kidding. I worked around enough locks in the Navy that no, just friggin' no.
I always thought it was interesting. Socorro, the college down in Socorro has a department of energetic physics.
Yeah.
And-
Ooh, I like that. I like that euphemism.
yeah. And that's what it's called.
Better that than the college of making things go boom.
The College of Kaboomite.
Well, that's what they call it at Dogger now. It's no longer the explosives. It's now the energetics group.
I told a captain one time I need more Kaboomite, and he just walked away.
Yeah.
Sarge, what do you need? More Kaboomite, sir.
Well, and then there's,
But did he give you kaboomite?
He did not.
That's disappointing.
well, and then there was Peter's story of what actually happened in South Africa when they went to blow up the bridge.
No, yeah.
The engineers calculated how much it would take to blow up the bridge.
And there are very, very nice calculations that I can't recall just offhand.
So
Convenient.
they had packed up the amount of explosives and started heading toward the bridge. And the top sergeant, or whatever the equivalent was, took one look at it and said, that's not enough, double it. And they're going, but, double it. Yes, Sergeant Major. So they go back, get more explosives, head back to the bridge again. And I think he said the major stopped them.
So that's not enough. Double it.
And they're going, but sir, double it. Yes, sir. So they got the bridge wired with 4 times the amount of explosives that was expected. And they backed up, an extra couple of 100 yards?
At least minimum safe distance was.
Minimum safe distance was uncalculable, according to Peter. So they blew the bridge, and chunks of concrete were landing behind them. And he said they were just lucky that none of it landed on them.
I've studied history my entire life. I like history. I'm not a professional. I'm a dilettante, but I have studied history, particularly military history. And the number of sites that during the war were declared wiped out, and then after the war, when Bean County went and did studies, they were scratched and were producing widgets within 2 days.
Yeah.
Meant that whenever I had to destroy something, I doubled. How much kabumite do you need? About 2 pounds.
Yeah.
Sarge says 60 ounces on the 2 pounds. You know what? I wasn't wrong either.
Well, it also depends on what kind you're using.
Some things are more energetic than others.
Well, I can
Hence Derek Lowe's things I won't work with.
Oof.
I can remember
Oof scares the shit out of me.
trying to get rid of a stump on my uncle's place, and it was a mesquite stump, so it was in there. And we originally went out with a quarter stick of dynamite, and it just enlarged the hole. So I went back with a half stick, and that didn't do much. So, and I was working with one of the vaqueros, and he, razzle, frazzle, frack in Spanish, and we put 2 sticks of dynamite down there. And we backed the pickup truck up about another 50 yards and lit that son of a bitch off. And the stump by landed behind the pickup truck.
There's also a exercise in learning the proper tamping application.
And that's when I learned what Madre de Dios is.
I'm happy to say that nothing I ever took explosive to ever functioned within 2 days. Ever. When I destroyed things, they said destroy. They stayed destroyed.
It's not overkill when you really want it to be dead. Yes.
Anything worth doing is worth overdoing.
Yes.
There is no overkill, only open fire and reload.
Time to reload. I love the fact that I can walk into Sutherland's in Wichita Falls and get stump remover.
Yeah.
Can you?
Every time, yes.
I don't need it, but okay.
Yes, every time Rhea see,
You might.
every time I walk past a potassium chlorate, stump remover,
My neighbors are too close, but you've got some more distance.
Rita starts twitching.
Dagamore says, had a nice long talk at 14 with the ATF on why I made ANFO to remove a stump. They were mad I used a .fed published stump removal on the farm pamphlet, if I remember correctly.
Stump remover is
Yeah.
potassium chlorate.
Yep. Tannerite can do some interesting
If you
things,
don't
too.
know what potassium chlorate is, I can't help you.
Yeah.
I'm continually shocked at basic chemistry. The people who have ostensibly at least graduated from high school just do not grasp.
Chemistry in high school used to be a lot more fun than apparently it is
Yeah.
now.
Nobody blows anything up anymore.
Not
We used to do that at least once a year.
And apparently, chem lab in high school now never winds up short a student at the end of the year.
Well, that's no fun.
All right?
Anyway, folks, we've wasted another hour of your time.
Holy crap, we have. Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
Maximum 38 would do that too.
Oh, hell.
Yeah.
High school chemistry made thermite. We made thermite in shop.
Yeah. if you're going to do thermite on something, make sure that you inscribe it reverse, because when it burns, if you pick it up and look at it, it will be correct. If you scribe it like you normally would, it's reversed. I think THIMK, folks.
I made thermite in shop class. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
And the half-blind, 8-fingered shop teacher caught me and took it away from me.
Smart man.
Yeah, Michael, Shock Mercenary used to be a great read before he went hard left. That's a shame.
I had magnesium and I had iron oxide,
Yeah.
and I was happily going about my business. And I forget what the hell his name was. Douglas, Mr. Douglas. But Ian, what you doing?
Purple cloud that rolled out into the hallway. Oh boy.
Purple cloud rolls out in the hallway. You have large amounts of iodine. You either mix iodine and turpentine, fun, or you mixed ammonia and iodine.
Yeah.
I don't know why Americans call it nitrogen triiodide, which is actually ammonium triiodide.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Because ammonium has nitrogen in it.
Yes, what makes it easier to remember, you grab the jug of ammonia and you grab the iodide crystals.
Yeah.
It makes it easier to remember.
AJ says, how to calculate the correct amount of explosive. E plus M equals P. Enough plus more equals plenty. You're not wrong. And on that note, that note, folks, have a good week. Be safe. And remember, don't sweat the petty stuff. Don't pet the sweaty stuff. We'll see you on Thursday.
Check
Bye-bye.
out with the same number of fingers you checked in
Yes.
with, all right?
All 10 of them still. Amazing.